like, how do you even navigate that whole area as a small business owner who's been DIYing on a spreadsheet or maybe in Zero,
Yeah.
and they're like, oh God, I need help. Like, where do you even suggest people start?
Yeah, I think one thing I get a lot is people are like, oh, my accountant just doesn't help me. They're just looking at, and they're probably just been engaged to do a tax return, which is
Mm.
like literally just an annual once-off engagement. They're probably not, they probably, I don't know, they might not even have, that's why your Zero question goes unanswered for 3 months or something crazy, like I hear people say. So I think, yeah, understanding I think accountants are obviously not very good with words and communication sometimes. So it's
Mm.
hard to actually know what you're actually looking for, and
Mm.
different kinds of accountants, just like there's different marketers, different types of marketing, there's definitely different types of accounting. So
Mm.
I think, and it's not, I think virtual CFO is what you're looking for if you're looking for someone, something more than a compliance side of accounting. So if you're looking for something more
Yeah.
return or about statement, if you were kind of at a point in your business where you're like, I can see the cash going in, I can see the cash going out, but I don't really know what my profit and loss is, but it seems to be going okay.
Mm.
What we do is we kind of start with like a one-on-one session, and we just kind of pull up the Zero file. I would just go through the two main reports, the profit and loss and the balance sheet, line by line, and we'll kind of work out what should be, if everything's in the right place, if anything's, and then kind of after we know that, then we kind of can translate that into like a budget or a like forecast out for the next few months. Or they might come to me and even say, I'm not paying myself at all, or I'm not paying myself and like even minimum wage. So we'll then work out, we can like review the different expenses that's going on, and then actually work out what the sales would actually look like for the business to break even when you're paying yourself what you want to pay yourself, and
Yeah.
then go from there.
Mm.
And you could maybe think, well, I'm spending, look at different things, like I'm spending 80% of my sales on marketing or something, and look how we can like do, like think about, well, maybe we can, if we have a budget of this much, what could we do with that instead that will generate better, as like obviously just like those financial strategy around. And then you could go to that, whoever you use for that service, and then go, all right, well, I need this, or yeah, just that kind of stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, that makes so much sense. Like, I love how you likened it to the marketing example, because you're so right. Like, I think a lot of people go, my account should just do everything. And they should just be like coming up with cool ideas on how I can make more money and do things more
Yeah.
efficiently. And you kind of think like a marketer would do that, right? Like they would be like, what's the marketing strategy? We've got all these different channels. It's our job to optimize, blah, 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 blah. But you're right. If you've just engaged an accountant to do your tax return every year, or your BAS or your payroll or whatever, not as a virtual CFO or a, whatever, the expectation isn't that they're going to actually review all of your numbers and talk to you. And you're right. Like if they are just doing your tax return, then they're probably not sitting down with you and understanding what your goals are for the business. They probably don't even know that you want to pay yourself something or even more or whatever it is.
Yeah.
I love that. That's such a good tip. Like you kind of need to know what you want out of the relationship and have that conversation with them to see if they are that right person. And if they're not, then go out to find somebody that will tick those boxes.
Yeah, like to be honest, a lot of tax accountants don't even have that skill set. Like they don't like at uni, it's kind of like the subject is called management accounting, and then there's like tax accounting and finance accounting. Like people, most accountants hate management accounting, hate it. That is exactly kind of where this is, like breaking down the costs and the cost of sale and looking at those kind of things. Like they, yeah, not interested.